All right, let's get right into it. We're not just going to talk about getting a little more sleep. No, we're going to do something much bigger. We are going to engineer a system. Think of it like this. We're designing and building your very own personal energy power plant. A system that's designed to pump out high-performance fuel for your mind and body day in and day out. So let me ask you something. Is that tired feeling you get in the morning just a personal problem? I'd argue it's way more than that. For a busy professional like you, it's a huge business liability. I mean, think about it. When you feel sluggish and unfocused, it's not just a bad mood, right? It's messing with your decision-making, it's killing your creativity, and it's definitely undermining your ability to lead. Your whole system is basically running on empty before the day even gets started. Okay, so for the next few minutes, we're going to lay out the blueprint together. And I want to be clear, this is not just some random collection of sleep tips. This is an engineering project. And the goal? To turn those tired, groggy mornings into your #1 strategic advantage. So, you ready? Let's get to work. All right, first things first. You know every great construction project has to start with a rock-solid foundation. And for our energy power plant, that foundation, well, it gets laid the night before. So that brings us to phase 1, the blueprint for restful nights. This is all about optimizing your evening protocol. So, what's the master switch for this whole operation? It's a hormone called melatonin. The best way to think about it is like this. Melatonin is the project manager for your body's nightly repair crew. As soon as it gets dark outside, your brain flips the switch, releases melatonin. And that sends a clear signal to, well, every single cell in your body that it's officially time to power down, rest, and get to repairing. And this is where we run into the central conflict, the real battle. On one side, you've got your brain doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Darkness hits, melatonin gets released, and the whole system starts prepping for that deep, restorative rest. But on the other side, we have a saboteur, that artificial blue light from our phones, our TVs, our computers. It completely tricks the brain. It makes it think it's still high noon, and that blocks the melatonin production, basically jamming that crucial time to rest signal. So what's the move? Here's the #1 non-negotiable rule for anyone who's actually serious about high performance. You have to execute a strategic shutdown. What does that mean? It means no screens, none, for at least 2 hours before you plan to go to sleep. And look, this isn't about willpower, it's about basic system maintenance, protecting your system's most critical function. Now, the best strategy, the absolute gold standard, it's simple. Swap that screen for an actual physical book. But okay, I get it. Sometimes using a screen is just unavoidable. If that's the case, you've got to use some mitigation tools. Think apps like Flux or your phone's built-in night mode to slash that blue light. But you have to remember, these are just backup plans. The best protocol, the one that really works, is a full shutdown. Okay, so our foundation is poured and set. Now it's time for phase 2, fueling the core. This is all about mastering the sleep itself, making sure our power plant is getting the absolute highest quality fuel so we can get maximum energy output tomorrow. The single most important principle here is rhythm. Your body loves consistency. I mean, going to bed at 10 p.m. one night and then 3 a.m. the next, that's kind of like trying to run a high-performance engine on a totally unpredictable fuel supply. It just doesn't work. But by keeping your sleep and wake times consistent, and yeah, I mean, even on the weekends, you're training your body's internal clock. You're creating this super efficient rhythm for producing energy. So let's zoom in a little bit on the mechanics of how that rhythm actually works. See, your sleep isn't just one long, solid block of time. It's actually made up of a bunch of cycles, and each one lasts for about 90 minutes. All through the night, your brain is cycling through these different phases, going from light sleep all the way down into that deep, super restorative REM sleep. I want you to burn this number into your brain. 90 minutes. 90! Have you ever had one of those days where you slept for like 8 hours, but you woke up feeling like you got hit by a truck? Totally exhausted? Well, it's almost certain your alarm went off right in the middle of one of those deep 90-minute cycles. It's basically the biological version of a system crash. But waking up at the end of a cycle? That's the secret. That's what leaves you feeling refreshed and ready to go. All right, so now that we know how to protect our sleep cycles, we can move on to phase 3 and really use that knowledge. This is the zero snooze morning launch. You've prepped the system, you've fueled it up right. Now it's time to fire up the engines for a peak performance day. Okay, with everything we now know about sleep cycles, let's talk about the snooze button. It's not your friend. It is the enemy of high performance. Seriously, Every single time you hit that button and drift off for another 9 minutes, you're tricking your brain into starting a brand new sleep cycle, one it has zero chance of finishing. Then the alarm goes off again, rips you right out of the beginning of that cycle, and boom, that's where that awful, groggy, sluggish feeling comes from. It is a guaranteed system failure every single time. So what's the fix? Here is the official launch sequence. It's a 3-step protocol. Step 1. Eliminate snooze. When that alarm rings, you get up immediately, no negotiating. Make it a hard rule. That one decision sets the entire tone for a day of purpose. Step 2. Rehydrate. Think about it. You've just gone 6, maybe 8 hours without any water. Your body is dehydrated, and that is a major cause of fatigue and brain fog. So keep a glass of water on your nightstand and drink it first thing. It jumpstarts everything. And finally, step 3. Activate. And when I say activate, I'm not talking about running a marathon before breakfast, okay? We're talking about a simple 5-minute routine. Just something to signal to your body that, hey, the day has officially begun. It could be some light stretching, maybe a minute of jumping jacks, a few burpees if you're feeling ambitious, or you could literally just take a brisk walk around your room. The goal here is simple. Expend a tiny bit of energy to create a whole lot more. Okay, it's time to bring everything we've talked about together for the final step. Think of this as our capstone project. This final phase isn't about building anymore, it's about calibration. This is your 7-day energy challenge. This is where you're going to collect the actual data you need to fine-tune your personal energy system to your specific needs. So how do you figure out your optimal amount of sleep? It's actually pretty simple. For 1 week, just 7 days, you're going to go to bed at the exact same time every single night. Now, here's the most important part. You have to wake up naturally, no alarm clock. Each morning, just jot down how many hours you slept. That's it. At the end of the week, you'll have real data. You just find the average, and that number, that's your personal, optimized sleep requirement. And here's the exact tool you're going to use for this, your own personal energy audit. It could not be simpler. You just pick a bedtime you can stick to, do it for 7 days, and just listen to your body. Let it tell you what it actually needs. See, this isn't guesswork anymore. This is hard data, your personal performance data, and it's going to become the entire foundation of your new high-energy life. So there you have it, the complete package. You've got the blueprint, you know the right fuel source, you have the launch sequence, and now you have the calibration method. The entire system has been designed. Your personal power plant is ready to be built. So the only real question left is, once it's up and running at 100% capacity, what are you going to do with all that energy?